Yes, we are live and excited. As always, excited. This is Motu Joe, and we're going to talk about something other than Masters of the Universe, which most of you know that's what I love and I passionately just bury myself into. But Juggernaut is right up there. I love Juggernaut. Love it. Hey, what's up, Alan? Happy New Year, man. Thanks for tuning in. Juggernaut has been one of those characters that I've always loved, and he's just unique. He's in the mutant world, yet he's not a mutant. The Sidorak, some people say Kryderak or Sidorak. There's different pronunciations of it. I prefer Sidorak. The bands of Sidorak and the Gem and the Demon, and then we'll get into all that fun stuff as to how he is able to harness all this power and why he tends to always pick him. But again, that's some of the storylines, and that's not entirely what we're going to talk about. Today is just a teaser to show you some of this crazy stuff that I've collected for Juggernaut, related to Juggernaut, and we're going to unbox some things and kind of give you a little heads up as to where we're going to go with some of these future videos pertaining to Juggernaut. Most of those will be pre-recorded, but this one, I figured let's do an unboxing live and let's have some fun. Carlos! What's up, buddy? Mountain Dew. Jason, man, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. So as you can see, we have Juggy right here next to me. This was actually from the second one. Let's just check. This is the bottom part that goes on it. So it's Marvel Alliance 2. Ultimate Alliance 2. And he was a special character. The guys at GameStop, this is back when I was gaming pretty heavily, knew I was a Juggy fan, and they saved it for me. So I'm hugely grateful that I was able to get that off. Mask is coming up. Mask is coming up. Trying to slowly diversify, show some things. In about a month or so, the wife is going to be at a kind of like a study retreat for her bar exam, and I'm debating on whether or not taking out all of my toys from the storage area, something like 30 totes, and actually setting up my entire collection throughout the house. So if I did that, it'd be so freaking epic. But speaking of Mask, there is a little piece of Mask right behind here. I'm going to digress quickly, but as you can see, Bulldoze. That's going to be another live video because a piece I've been after for more than 10 years was successfully attained. All right. So without further ado, let's dig into Juggernaut. Juggernaut. I've got some fun little things here. Take them all out. Let's see it. I will. I'll do it, man. Edward, what's up, buddy? Oh, let's see. I'm still getting used to this particular screen, so let's go ahead and drop. Let's go ahead and drop the Motu Joe logo because today it's Juggernaut. We're going to talk about the Juggernaut, and we're going to do some unboxing just to give you an idea of the craziness that's out there. Toys available. I thought I had a lot of them. I do have a lot of them, but I don't have all of them. So this guy sent it in a bubble wrapper, but it survived. It's okay. They actually put it inside of another box, like wrapped it in cardboard, but it was massively delayed, like hugely delayed with all the crazy postal stuff that's going on. But it worked out. It got here. And you guys are going to laugh at me, but this is just one of the simple figures. It's a die cast. It's metal. This is not the first figure that they put out, obviously, but they actually put this in a couple different packages. Sorry. I intend on getting any and everything I possibly can for Juggernaut. Anything. What up, Corey? What up, Edward? Yes, it is. It is. This is the first live of 2021. Holy crap. Good call. Good call. So this one, oh, by the way, that one did also come with the die-cast Gambit. If somebody likes this, hit me up. Let me know. All I ask is that you subscribe to that channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Share this with some friends if you can. That'd be great. I'd love to try to help grow this channel, as we said in the past. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting there. We're close. We're close. Where's it at? There it is. That one. Subscribe if you can. Subscribe. All right. Gambit, I'll give this away to somebody. No problem. This one is from a friend, a toy buddy. It says a little note in here too. Hey, Joe, please enjoy the Juggy. Happy he's going to a good home. Stay safe, stay healthy. Your dude, Gary. Gary, you are awesome. You always quiet in the background. But you and he also threw in something here for him too. So Hero Squad. And it's really cool. He included his half-brother, Xavier. Yes. Yes. So again, dorking out, super dork out. For those of you that don't know, they are related by marriage, not blood. So they share, Kane's dad married Xavier's mom. And anyway, they are half brothers. And I'm going to voice a little voice of contention here is that an X3, which was a horrible representation of Juggernaut, it would have been palatable if not for two things. When he walked by Xavier, when they're going to get Jean, they should have at least done a head nod, something to acknowledge they knew each other, bro, something, whatever. And the other thing is he should have crushed that mutant negating ability person. He's not a mutant. He should have smashed him, just pulverized that mutant guy. Shouldn't have happened. Anyway, then I would have found it to be at least palatable. But with those two things, I just am like, oh, I can't do it. All right, continuing on. This is a reminder to everybody. Do not send mint on card packages, mint on card figures in bubble wrap. This package arrived, I kid you not, all like this. I thought it was going to be screwed. I thought it was completely jacked. I open it up. Mind you, this is an envelope, not even a bubble mailer. Inside, they did put it inside of a bubble mailer, but I was not expecting it to come out like it did. Came out like this. Now, this is the first version of the Juggernaut toy that we'd seen. To the best of my knowledge, this was the first one, unless they did something back in the 70s that I haven't found yet, or early 80s, like Amigo or something, but I don't think they did. I think there were some customs done. But other than this, looks like our first toy was in 91 for Juggernaut. Now, what's interesting about this, it does have a collector's card in the back, but there are 3 versions of this packaging. That's the type of stuff that we're going to kind of show. There's one here with the sticker that talks about the home video series. There's one here that talks about the card in the back, and there's another one that doesn't have any sticker at all. So 3 versions of this particular mint on card, but the original one. Also, sometimes the paint, I think if I'm not mistaken, the paint was a slightly different color in one of the other packs. So we'll show that too. So again, don't ship mint on cards in bubble wrap. It survived. I mean, seriously, how the hell does that survive? And it was just all nasty, but it survived. All right, what else here? Hey, Robert, thanks for tuning in. Jonathan Buck, the man. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I just teased the mask. It was right here. It's behind Juggy. I'm going to do a separate live when we talk about this because of how amazing that story is. That deserves a story all on its own. So thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Okay, continuing on with more Juggy. There is Juggernaut up the wazoo. They're real. Okay, there's nothing like He-Man, nothing like Star Wars, nothing like any of that stuff. But Mini-Mates. Does anyone remember Mini-Mates? Apparently, there was a DVD of the Mini-Mates. They made a cartoon of it. I didn't even know if they had a cartoon of the Mini-Mates, but they did. So here it is, and of course, oops, Juggernaut. Juggernaut's inside of this particular playset. Kane Marco, the human Juggernaut. Once he begins moving in a certain direction, no power on Earth can stand in his way. But it's cool. You get a DVD and you get 4 little figures, and I did not have this. Now, I actually did have a couple of the Mini-Mates. They're in storage right now, but they're the ones that where he was had the hammer of. I just drew a blank. It was in the 2000 where he had the hammer. The bad hammers, the Thor hammers. Oh my God, I'm sounding like an idiot. But it was really interesting in that everything went back to normal, but Kane got screwed. It's the start of the demise of him losing the crystal and having some challenges with Sidorak, and that parlays into eventually Colossus getting the stone, and you see a Colossus Sidorak or a Colossus Juggernaut. So you can see a couple things here in the background too. We do have some animation cells. We'll share some of the animation cells. I do have one, and I got to make sure I get the name. I'll have it proper when we do live, or when I go to do the video. It's like a proof sheet celluloid of the printing press from making of the comic. So it's like a transparency. I'll figure out what the actual term is. I have one of those. I have a couple animation cells, and as you can see here off in the distance, we have a X-Men versus Street Fighter series. This is the second. There's 2 versions of this. This is the second version of it, and as you can tell, this is a misfit toy. If you notice on the bottom, it is the wrong packaging. Right characters, Juggernaut versus Dalzim, but it's the wrong packaging, wrong sticker on the front. So we like to call those misfit toys. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 of those in the collection as well. So we'll talk about some of those type of things. But as we continue going on, there's more Juggy. There's more Juggy. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. This is a good example. I talked about the die cast one, right? So this is another die cast, again, put out by Toy Biz. Heavy Metal Heroes, proof of purchase. But how is it any different than this one? Posable action die cast, Marvel. The first one I showed, let me see on the back. This one was in 2000. This was in 1998. There is 0 difference. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, no, there is. Unless my eyes are messing with me, we do have a variant paint. One's darker orange, one's brighter orange. It's hard to tell on the camera, but you can kind of see a little bit of it. So there's 2 variants right there with that. Hey, Tom, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. We're just sharing Juggernaut. As you know, I'm a huge Juggy fan, and I'm starting to show off some of the collection. The new comic is out, which many of you may or may not be aware of, but the newest series is out, and there are some amazing variant covers. There's one where he's fighting Hulk, but there's a variant cover of that where it's in full color and you can kind of see a reflection of Hulk. But then there's also black and white color where you can really kind of see the line work. It's cool. I'm not 100% sold on the storyline that he's working good guy-ish kind of. I'm really liking the backstory behind him reattaining the bands and reforging their relationship with Sidorak. So that's pretty cool. All right, another one. This one I think is a double or triple back. It combined a couple things. We have some old school vintage here. I don't think this definitely had to be after the 91 period, but I don't see a date. Oh, 91. It is. It's 91. This came out around the same time. The Bendums. The nice thing about the collection, and when we start going through these future videos, is that I do have most of these figures loose and in package. So that's kind of a cool thing. Not all of them. For example, not all of them, meaning this one. I don't actually have this particular one loose. And if you notice, this one is the same paint scheme. This is the same paint scheme here. There are some subtle differences on another version, which I'm about to show you next. So it's the 2-pack of Spider-Man. Oops, more on camera. And then you have the single pack, first version with, again, 3 different stickers. But then on top of that, I am not exaggerating, folks. This particular one was sent in a blister as well. Bubble wrap. I could not believe, and it did get a little messed up. However, I went back and I looked at the pictures of it that was for sale, and it wasn't in great shape anyway. But it's okay. This one is definitely different. Dark with the dark red. And here you can see bright red, dark. It's almost like it's flip-flopped a little bit. But you can also see there's silver markings on his ramming tool, whatever the hell it's for. Why would he even need that? He's unstoppable. But this one here shows black on it. So this is definitely a different take on it. So silver versus black on his ramming part, and his body paint is also slightly different color. So there's quite a few different, like I said, you just start going down this rabbit hole. There is a ton of different Juggernauts available. So we've uncovered quite a few, and there's still a few more to go. Oh, that was 2 in there. We got another Mini Mates. They apparently likes Juggernaut as much as I do. Oh, I can't figure out how to open this. There it is. This one is a 4-pack. So you can see that we've got, what was it, Deadpool, Wolverine. Was this opened? Oh, it was open, but it's new. It was never opened. Well, since it's open like that, let's take a look. There we go. Oh, that's cool. His hair looks like he's freaking, you can't hardly tell, but it almost looks like it's a Frankenstein. That's what I'm trying to say. Like a Frankenstein hair. You can see on the back. I mean, that would just be a horrible hair. But it's still cool nonetheless. So this is a Juggernaut. The second Juggernaut version of this, the mini, what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh, I can't even, Mini Masters. Jeez, Mini Mates. But this is the other one. This one, I remember picking this up at the store. I think it was at FYE at one point, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I saw the price at the time, and I was like, no. But it's not that bad. I think most of these things that I picked up were between $5 and $15. I think a couple of them were maybe, I think one of the figures I paid $20 for. The double pack I paid like, I think $25 for. So this stuff is not super expensive. Oh shit, it's Marvel Joe. Juggernaut Joe. Yeah. I should make another logo for Juggernaut Joe. But no, this is really cool. I love the mini mates. I love Juggernaut. It's just an interesting character. And to see him get his ass handed to him, to see him lose the Sidorak, the relationship. I actually have before the storyline came out with the current one, I have a version in my mind, a story that actually would tie Marvel and Masters together because of the Orb of Power, because of the all-knowing, because of the multidimensional purposes, because of the Sidorak being a multidimensional being of ill-doing and bad. There's a common sense that they would know of each other, that it just makes sense, especially if Marlene is from Earth. There's a tie. It brings it all together. And what I thought about was when Juggernaut lost this, that the crystal was actually destroyed. It actually gets blown up. That the only way that he can use this is with the remaining bit of energy within him that he had, he could tap into and basically transport himself to Eternia, get there however it may be, in order with the fragments to reassemble this gem of Sidorak. So that way it would allow him to then reharness the power in full. And it was just kind of, I had this whole story played out. I actually wrote the basics out of it. And anyway, I'm completely rambling, but I think it would make a great story for the two, because Juggernaut doesn't give nothing about Eternia. All he wants is to get in there, find the Orb of Power to get his Sidorak crystal reassembled so he can get what he wants and get the hell out of it. He don't care. Anyway. Oh, look at this. They threw in a bunch of choppy stuff. Oh, a little giraffe. That's cool. All right. Continuing on. Juggernaut. Shapeshifters. Talk about some cheesy toys that they came out with, but I actually have this guy loose. This is 1998 Toy Biz. And to be fair, this one isn't as cheesy as the new kids ones that came out with all the parts and pieces that could come on and off. But yeah, Ram Man, it's there, son. Oh no, I totally, man. Juggy's so bossy, slept with She-Hulk. Holy crap! He did, did he? When did he do that? I have almost every version of his book. I have I'm almost to a long box now of nothing but Juggernaut appearances. So I went so down the rabbit hole of getting appearances to where even if he was just a shadow, which one of the issues of, I forgot which X-Men comic it was, there is just a shadow. That's on like the second to last page. And there's just that dome head shadow in the background. That's an appearance. That's in the comic, not in an advertisement or something like that. But any appearance with Juggernaut in it, I tried to get, and I'm almost at a long box now. And Gary, I don't remember him hooking up with She-Hulk. Wow. That's mind-blowing, dude. You have to let me know what issue that's in, Gary, because I gotta pick it up. I do have some gaps. I don't have them all, but I do have some gaps. I'm trying to figure it out and continue like this type of stuff. Doing these fun things and doing these lives and doing these videos is this, Gary. That's exactly the reason why. Is I want to find out more. I don't know it all. Hell, no one knows it all. This is why we do these things. At least why I like to do these things is to attain more knowledge. And also I can fill in some gaps in the collection too. So anyway, Juggy is the best. I love Juggernaut. It's a really cool character. I do have some statues in the other room. To be fair, that is the one thing that my collection is lacking is there are some very, very high-end statues. And I say high-end, they're $300 plus that Bowman has put out for Juggernaut. And then there are some, out of the Philippines, there's some artists that have done some like half scale or 1/4 scale pieces that are just epic. I mean, epic. So at any rate, this is Juggernaut, the Juggernaut Collection, Part 1. So this one's live, and we're having some fun, having some chat. And the next one's probably going to be a little more of is going to be pre-recorded, and we're going to kind of go through some of the comparisons side by side, and we'll probably do another live one towards the end of the series. But I want to try to get all these pieces together, and we'll break it out, and we'll try to do some different things. We'll do some 90s era action figures. We'll do a 2000 era Juggernaut action figures, and then we'll do a section dedicated to the comics. And then as the comics will probably parlay as well into the cells and appearances within the cartoons. So that's it. That is what I have for you guys today. The Juggernaut Collection Part 1. And we'll continue this in the future. So again, if you can, please, let's go ahead and hit that button again. Like, share, subscribe. The YouTube channel is up. It's live. It's fun. Facebook, you guys know I'm quite active there as well. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you all for tuning in on Sunday. I hope you have some fun with your friends and family. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please like, share, post, do whatever you can to help grow. And if you have any questions, you can always send me a message to Motu Joe through Facebook, or you can reach out to me through Retro Eggs Limited as well. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you probably sometime next week. Bye-bye, everyone.